Hi, I'm Sophia, and I want to warmly welcome you to the official Ladra channel. If you've already crossed your 60s, what I'm about to share today goes far beyond a simple tip. It might be the turning point that guarantees you a fuller, calmer life, or the start of a long, painful journey marked by prostate problems. Most men don't realize that through small, seemingly harmless habits, they're waging a silent and devastating war against their own prostate. Without even knowing it, they're feeding an invisible enemy growing inside them. In my 15 plus years of practice here in Mexico City and across the country, I've seen both sides of this reality. On one side, men arrive at my office in total despair, their social and private lives completely disrupted by constant urges to urinate, sharp pelvic pain, and in the worst cases, the complete inability to empty their bladder. A medical emergency called acute urinary retention. And it's tragic because for years, they ignored the quiet warning signs their body was trying to give them. But I've also seen something else. And honestly, it's the most rewarding part of my work. I've seen men in their 80s and even 90s radiating incredible vitality with a perfectly healthy urinary system. Men who live without the constant shadow of prostate issues hanging over them. What's their secret? I can tell you it's not luck and it's not some miracle pill. The real difference, the thin, clear line between suffering and well-being, lies in their daily habits. Those small decisions we make from the moment we wake up until we go to bed at night. So today, we're going to take a close look, one by one, at the 10 most dangerous and most common habits that silently but ruthlessly inflame the prostate. And trust me, the number one habit, which I'll reveal at the end, is so deeply rooted in our culture that you're probably doing it right now, without having the slightest idea of the damage it's causing. Tell me, has it ever happened to you that you wake up in the middle of the night needing to urinate and you struggle to get the flow started? Or maybe your stream feels weak, interrupted, almost dripping. Or that frustrating feeling that no matter what you do, your bladder never seems completely empty. This isn't just the discomfort of aging. These are alarm bells, your body's cry for help. If you've felt that frustration, type bladder in the comments. You're not alone, and today we start the journey to change that reality. Prostate enlargement, medically known as benign prostatic hyperplasia, isn't an inevitable fate. It's the direct result of chronic inflammation, triggered by factors that we can absolutely control. Let's begin our countdown with habit number 10, drinking too little water. Many older men, in an attempt that seems logical but is actually harmful, drastically reduce their fluid intake, especially in the evening, to avoid bathroom trips at night. Their logic? Less water in, less urine out. But our urinary system doesn't work that way. In fact, this strategy backfires badly. When you deprive your body of enough water, your urine becomes highly concentrated, thick with waste like urea and ammonia, and much more acidic. This irritates the delicate lining of your bladder, the bladder mucosa. And that irritation doesn't stay there. Think of it like a fire spreading in a dry forest. The inflammation travels to nearby tissue, and your prostate is the first to suffer. That's why chronic dehydration keeps your prostate in a constant state of irritation and swelling. And inflammation, as we know, is the number one driver of prostate growth. To make matters worse, many medications prescribed to older men, like diuretics for high blood pressure or antihistamines for allergies, cause additional dehydration, creating the perfect storm for prostate damage. The solution? Simple. Make water your constant ally. Don't chug liters at once. That can overload your bladder. Instead, take small, steady sips throughout the day. Start your morning with a glass of water right after waking up, then drink between meals. Don't wait until you're thirsty. Thirst is already a sign of dehydration. Use your urine color as a guide. It should be light yellow, almost clear. If it's dark or smells strong, Your body is sounding the alarm. Remember, water isn't your enemy, compadre. It's your most natural, powerful ally in the fight for a healthy prostate. Now, habit number 9, the tyranny of the chair. That comfortable chair that molds perfectly to your body might feel like a friend, but it can be your prostate's worst enemy. If you spend hours sitting, watching TV, working on your computer, or reading, you're putting continuous pressure on your pelvic area and your prostate. When you sit too long, especially on hard or poorly designed surfaces, you compress the blood vessels that supply oxygen and nutrients to your prostate. Imagine stepping on a garden hose. The water flow drops to a trickle. That's exactly what happens to your circulation. Reduced blood flow, known as ischemia, starves prostate cells of oxygen and nutrients, weakening and inflaming the tissue. Studies are clear. Men with sedentary jobs or lifestyles are at much higher risk of prostate enlargement and urinary problems. But it doesn't stop there. Lack of movement weakens another key player, your pelvic floor muscles. These muscles act like a hammock supporting your bladder and prostate. When strong, they help you control your urine flow and empty your bladder completely. When weak, urine stays trapped, a perfect breeding ground for bacteria and chronic irritation. The fix? Adopt what I call the 30-2 rule. For every 30 minutes, you sit, stand up, and move for at least 2 minutes. Walk to the kitchen, grab a glass of water, stretch your legs. This simple habit relieves pressure, boosts circulation, and keeps your pelvic muscles active. Don't let your favorite chair become a lifetime sentence for your prostate health. Now, habit number 8, too much caffeine. That morning cup of coffee, the rich aroma, the energy boost, it's sacred for many. And 1 cup? Usually fine. The problem starts when it becomes 3, 4, or 5 a day. Caffeine is a natural diuretic. It tells your kidneys to produce more urine, faster. If your prostate is already enlarged, that means extra pressure on a bladder that's struggling to empty. Even worse, caffeine directly irritates the bladder muscle, making it contract more frequently and intensely, leading to urgency, spasms, and sometimes even urine leakage. And that's not all. Caffeine also tightens the bladder neck, the gateway where urine exits, making it even harder to empty completely. So you end up with a vicious cycle. More urine produced, less urine released, more pressure, more inflammation. You don't need to give up coffee completely. Just moderate it. Pay attention. If after your 2nd or 3rd cup you feel you're urinating more often or with urgency, that's your sign. Try replacing that extra coffee with a caffeine-free option, herbal tea like chamomile or lemon balm, or a high-quality decaf. Small swaps like these can make a surprisingly big difference in your comfort and long-term prostate health. Part 2 of 2, English script, rewritten for lip sync. Now, let's move to our habit number 7, spicy and processed foods. Listen, I get it. That extra dash of chili, those greasy snacks, the hot sauces that make your eyes water, they're addictive. But your prostate doesn't find them so fun. Spicy foods, red meats, fried items, and processed products full of preservatives can trigger an inflammatory chain reaction in your body. And since the prostate is already sensitive tissue, it reacts instantly. Think of it like throwing gasoline on a slow-burning fire. Here's what happens. Those foods increase the levels of inflammatory molecules called cytokines and prostaglandins. These molecules travel through your bloodstream and irritate tissues all over your body, especially the pelvic area. The result? Swelling, burning sensations, and a prostate that's constantly inflamed. And when you combine spicy foods with alcohol, which we'll talk about in a minute, it's the perfect recipe for disaster. The solution isn't total sacrifice, it's moderation and balance. Limit spicy dishes to once or twice a week. Instead, focus your plate on anti-inflammatory foods: salmon, sardines, olive oil, turmeric, tomatoes, garlic, broccoli, and nuts. These foods contain natural compounds like lycopene, omega-3 fatty acids, and polyphenols that literally calm the prostate and reduce inflammation from the inside out. I often tell my patients, every time you choose a healthy meal, you're sending your prostate a message of peace. Now let's talk about habit number 6, alcohol abuse. That beer while watching the game, that glass of wine after dinner, in moderation, may be okay. But frequent or excessive alcohol intake, it's poison for your prostate. Alcohol increases the production of estrogen, the female hormone, and reduces testosterone. This hormonal imbalance is a major trigger for prostate enlargement and inflammation. Plus, alcohol dehydrates your body, irritates your bladder, and weakens the pelvic muscles responsible for urine control. Ever notice how you need to urinate more often after drinking? That's your bladder crying for help. And there's another hidden danger. Alcohol increases uric acid in the blood, leading to inflammation not only in your joints, but also in your prostate. If you enjoy drinking, fine. Just follow what I call the K-to-2 rule. No more than 2 drinks a week, and never on consecutive days. Your prostate will thank you, and your sleep, digestion, and mood will all improve too. Now moving to habit number 5, holding in your urine for too long. This might seem harmless, but it's one of the most dangerous daily habits for men. Every time you ignore the urge to urinate, you're forcing your bladder muscles to overstretch. Over time, they lose tone and become less effective at emptying completely. This means urine stays trapped, stagnating inside your bladder. And stagnant urine is a breeding ground for bacteria. That's how recurring infections start, and once inflammation sets in, it spreads straight to your prostate. So please, when your body says go, don't say later. No email, no TV show, no road trip. Stop is more important than your health. Ideally, you should urinate every so much 3 to 4 hours, and always try to empty your bladder completely before sleeping. Now, habit number 4, ignoring constipation. Yes, your bowel health and prostate health are directly connected, literally neighbors inside your pelvis. When your intestines are full, the pressure on your prostate increases. That constant pressure interferes with blood flow, causes inflammation, and makes it harder to urinate normally. Constipation also increases the amount of toxins circulating in your blood, and those toxins irritate all nearby organs, including the prostate. So, make your digestion a daily priority. Eat more fiber, oats, fruits, vegetables, flaxseed. Stay hydrated. And move. Even a 20-minute walk daily can stimulate your intestines naturally. Remember, a healthy gut equals a healthy prostate. Let's go to Kasi. Habit number 3, lack of sexual activity. Yes, you heard that right. Your prostate's health is closely linked to your sexual function. When ejaculation is infrequent, the seminal fluid stays trapped inside the gland, thickens, and can cause congestion and inflammation. It's like a valve that never opens. Pressure builds up inside. Studies show that men who maintain regular sexual activity, whether with a partner or through safe self-stimulation, have better prostate circulation, fewer inflammations, and a lower risk of prostate cancer. This doesn't mean excess or obsession. It means balance. Healthy, regular activity that keeps your prostate functioning naturally. So no, age isn't an excuse. Your body still needs that biological rhythm, even after 60, 70, or 80. Now we're almost there. Habit number 2, chronic stress. You may not realize it, but your prostate listens to your mind. When you live in a constant state of stress, your adrenal glands release cortisol and adrenaline nonstop. These hormones constrict blood vessels and increase inflammation throughout your body, especially in your pelvic region. That's why so many men under stress report increased urinary urgency, pelvic pain, or erectile issues. It's not just in your head. It's a physiological reality. Make relaxation part of your routine. Deep breathing for 5 minutes, walking outdoors, gentle stretching, or even meditation. Your body doesn't need perfection, it needs consistency. And finally, habit number 1, the hidden killer: ignoring early symptoms. This, more than any other, is the habit that destroys men's lives silently. Too many wait until the pain becomes unbearable or until they're rushing to the emergency room unable to urinate. By that point, the damage is already severe. The first signs are subtle: a weaker stream, increased nighttime urination, a slight burning, or pelvic heaviness. These aren't normal signs of aging. They're red flags. When you listen to your body early, you give yourself the chance to reverse inflammation naturally through lifestyle, nutrition, and medical supervision. But when you ignore it, the consequences are much harder to undo. So I urge you, if you've noticed any of these warning signs, don't wait. Talk to a doctor, get a checkup, and take action. Your prostate is small, but its role in your quality of life is enormous. Now you know the 10 habits that silently destroy prostate health. But more importantly, you know that most of them are completely reversible. If this video helped you understand your body better, share it with someone you care about. You might be saving them from years of discomfort and suffering. And if you want to continue learning how to keep your prostate healthy, your hormones balanced, and your energy strong, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. I'm Sophia, and remember, your health isn't lost with age. It's lost when you stop taking care of it. See you in the next video.